for 85% of his life. And he's anointed, he's called, he's chosen, and he's wrong. He's called, he's chosen, and he's wrong. He's called, he's chosen, and he's wrong. I don't know what was going on in the life of Jesus, but what we find out from historians and theologians is that by this time, Marvin, his father had died. And they thought that was his father. So he had to go through a season without a father to figure out, how do I navigate when I no longer have that man in my life to speak to me about where I'm supposed to be, to speak to me about where I'm supposed to be, to speak to me about where I'm supposed to be. So he had to go through a season without a father to figure out, how do I navigate when I no longer have that man in my life to speak to me about where I'm supposed to be. How am I supposed to navigate it? Now I'm charged to take care of my mother. And folk have no idea how hard I work. Is not for cars, it's not for a watch, it's not for a house, but I got to take care of my family. And people are making their opinions about me, and they don't know the sacrifices I had to make just to try to pull it together. They got no idea the stuff I had to walk away from and the things that I had to give up. I wish I could be lazy. I wish I could take a moment and not be accountable and not be responsible and not be the one that everybody leans on. I wish I didn't have to always take care of everybody in my family's bills and circumstances, and then they feel as if it's my obligation and responsibility to do it. I don't know how long am I going to carry this. And he's carrying this weight. And nobody knows the difficulty of it, because nowhere does Jesus ever preach about that. Nowhere does he out his family. Nowhere does he ever put them on Front Street. Nowhere does he have to talk about how the thousands just want to be close to him, but people that got his last name are second guessing what he represents and who he is. Nobody understands that. So he's got to operate from the time that he's 17, taking care of his mama. And he's got to do it completely on his gift with no support. Please don't think that Jesus doesn't have siblings. He does. But he's the chosen one. He ain't even the oldest. He ain't even the oldest. He ain't even the oldest. But he's the chosen one. He ain't even the oldest. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. But so in Luke chapter 3, verse 23, it says, and Jesus at 30 accepted his ministry. Bishop Ellis, at 30, Jesus accepted his call to ministry. At 30. He had been in carpentry since he was 13. He ran the family business since he was 17. At the risk of being heretical tonight, might I suggest to you that 85% of Jesus' life, he was out of order. 85% of his life, he was doing what he was not called to do. God, y'all done got quiet. For 85% of his life, he was not flowing in his God-given function. 85% of his life, he is doing what his natural father wanted. But it did not line up with his divine DNA. 85% of his life. And he's anointed. He's called. He's chosen. And he's wrong. He's called. He's chosen. And he's wrong. He's called. He's chosen. And he's wrong.
What's your thoughts? Please be respectful with your comments. Also, please click the like, click the notification bell, and subscribe to this channel.
Listen, Genesis chapter 11 verse 10 explains the genealogy of Shem. Shem was a black man in Africa. If you repeat this back, Genesis 14 verse 13, Abraham steps on the scene. Being a descendant of Shem, which is a fact, means Abraham too was Abraham, born in the city of a black man called Nimrod, grandson of Ham. Ham had 4 sons. One was named Canaan. Here, let me do some explaining. Abraham, Isaac was Jacob had 12 sons, for real, and these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10, these were the children of Israel. According to Genesis chapter 10.